Atlantic Machinery has grown since 1980 by having very good lines of equipment and by selecting really good employees. In fact, our salesmen are the first people our customers see out there, and we've had many salesmen with us a long period of time, and so that continuity really helps in the sales. We've always said here, and I think instilled it in T, and he's done the same with our salesmen, that sales can sell the first machine, but service and parts are going to sell the rest of them. And I don't mean it's without anything from sales, that the orders just come in, they don't. But if you don't take care of your customer, somebody else will. Our mission has been to provide sales and service for the sewer and street cleaning industry. We're trying to be very focused on what we do, have a few lines, know a lot about those, and be the expert in that area.
The key is that we have 2 or 3 manufacturers that we handle, and that's probably 80 or 90% of what we do. And then the rest of those lines, those 5 or 6 or 7 lines, are smaller lines that'll keep a salesman busy, but it's not going to generate the sort of numbers that we're generating with the other larger manufacturers. So we try to keep a smaller amount of lines, and then each salesman knows a lot about every line.
We would rather have our salesmen know a lot about a little than the reverse. That way they can be the experts, and they can know not only about our products, but about the competitors' products.
Service is our #1 thing here, because our big deal here is that our service manager, Dennis Conway, has been with us for over 20 years. He's known all over the country, so he's excellent. He's passionate, almost too passionate. We have to have, he's an ex-military guy, so he's a little too blunt. We need a little bit more Henry Kissinger-esque, so we have somebody else that kind of helps that out, and that's Darren Anderson. So. But those 2 together work great. We stock a lot of parts. Sometimes we think, when we look at the numbers, almost too much, but I think it's a big deal. We're going to stock the vacuum heads, we're going to stock the big wear parts, we're going to stock fans for all the lines, belts, just basic wear and tear stuff. So, and we've worked with the Schwarze parts department to make sure we've got the right things. We've sent some parts back that we were never using, and they work with us on that. Service is a big deal for us, so it's hard because the service guys aren't happy with us. So because we need them to stay fluid. So they'll have a truck in, and then all of a sudden we'll get the phone call from Delaware DOT that they've got 4 sweepers down, and we need them up. We need 2 of them up by tomorrow. And then we got to run down there or call them and say, hey, is there any way we can scoot in these 1 or 2? And no one likes to hear that they got to pull trucks out, pull other ones in, and jump onto something. But I think that's what makes us work. Same thing with contractors, with service. They kind of go to the top of the line, and we tell them that. So with a contractor, when they buy a truck from us, if they're down, they are going to be put to the top of the line, and the guys downstairs in parts and service know that. It's just part of what we try to do, because they're out there making money with them. It's a big deal. With the contractor, I mean with the municipal people, a DelDOT or a DOT customer, they may have so many that they might be able to be okay for an extra day or so while we're working in this contractor that blew up a hydraulic motor of some sort, and we've got to just get it on and get them out. So service is, I think, a pretty big deal for us. Customers see passion, and if they see passion, they're gonna attach themselves to that salesman, is my philosophy. So we've got some good salesmen that people have attached themselves to, and they have no reservation. They actually listen to them, they're going to hear them, they're going to go with it, and they're going to go with our recommendations. And we're thinking for the customer, and we're listening to them. But that's the big thing is that they see that passion, and I think you know, it's endless. Here's a pretty decent example of how we worked with a customer, Delaware DOT, that had 20-some Schwarze A7 units, and our salesman Jason Klein was in working with them on an M6 deal, and we quoted them a unit. We worked with Ray on the numbers, thought we were there. We're trying to get our first unit in there after probably 15 or so years of trying to conquer that mechanical market. And so Jason came back, talked with the customer, figured out what they wanted. We get the numbers, we quote it to them. We think we're good to go. And the customer says, you're still a lot more money than the other guys, and we're going to go the other way. And he called us and called me, and we discussed it and figured out that we've got a lot more to sell than what Elgin is actually offering. So we put a chart together showing that we're able to offer variable speed on each broom, variable speed on the elevator, all as a standard, air ride seats to power mirrors and power windows. And Jason said, all right, I'm going to give him one more call back and see if I can make this work. And we did. And they actually gave us a few minutes. They looked at it. They actually sat down and looked at the numbers and figured out that we actually had more to offer than what the other guys had. And I think that just helped with Jason being a little more passionate about that. They knew it. And he just said, I remember him saying, I think I want to give up here. And I said, give them a day. Let's call them back. They like you, and they're going to buy it from you. And they did. They did buy it from him. And he did an excellent job.
Anytime we call, they're there. Their response time is great. They know how important it is to us, and that's what builds a great partnership. Same-day service is huge because there's not a lot of extra equipment, and we don't have 2 or 3 sweeper trucks sitting around. So it's very important that we get same-day service and get back on the road.
Well, working with dealers, one of the main things I like to have is a return phone call in a reasonable amount of time, and then being accessible when we need them to come for training or just answer questions and help us out with the product. Atlantic is spot on. They're excellent. Jason, our salesman, is one of my best. I call him no matter what time. There's a lot of times I'll send texts or emails. I'm an early riser and late to bed. I'm up 4 to 11, so never know when I'm going to send an email out, and I'll get a response from Jason at crazy times and hours of the day, in early morning. So he's awesome.
I think what sets Schwarze apart from the competition is that over the years, not only have they had the best performance, but they've increased the size of their line so that we now have not only regenerative sweepers, but the mechanical sweepers and a vacuum sweeper coming. We have it across the board, and I think that makes a big difference, and it not only makes a difference to us, but to the customers as well.